I share something with you. When the enemy attacks you, it's never about you. Let me run that back again. When he attacks you, it's never about you. When Pharaoh came after the children of Israel, do you really think he had an issue with Moses? That he was like, I'm gonna get Moses back? Who Moses think he is? No, he saw the potential of what would happen if those people were free. The enemy sees what you can do. That's why he attacks you. It's not about you, it's about your legacy. It's about the dreams that you can fulfill. It's about the vision that you can see to fruition. So never take your pain personal, but learn from it, grow from it, and become the man or woman of God that you need to be because of it. The enemy is not after you. It's after your legacy, boo. I love you. Be blessed. I got an appointment. Bye-bye. You ever heard someone ask the question, which came first, the chicken or the egg? I have a question to ask you that's kind of similar to that in scope. Which hurt Christ the most? The beating and the cross, or the betrayal of his friends? You know, sometimes when you're going through hard times, it's difficult to understand the source of the pain. But if you would just hold on, as the old song goes, you'll understand it better by and by. The pain may be insufferable after a divorce. The pain may be insufferable after betrayal. The pain may be insufferable after the child curses you out and walks out the door and tells you they hate you. I understand. But if you just hold on, it'll be better in the morning. Trust me, it gets better. Friends, have you ever dreamed that you were a car? Have you ever dreamed that you were a block of cheese? Have you ever dreamed that you were maybe a bear? Can I tell you why you haven't had that dream? Because it's impossible. You see, if you can dream it, there is a distinct possibility that you can receive it. Hold fast to your dreams. Pray hard, work hard, and through God, you can receive it. Be blessed. Friends, do you realize that for most of us, the impulse to dream has been beaten out of us? We become more realistic. We become a person who accepts the status quo. And when you diffuse the impulse to dream, you kill the motivation to imagine. And if you stop imagining, you diffuse the engine of your faith. Never stop dreaming, because your dreams can push your imagination of having a better life, of having greater finances, of having the man or woman of your dreams, of having the body you've always dreamed of. Never stop dreaming, imagining, and never ever lose faith. I love you. Bye-bye. I gotta go back to work. Beloved, there are times in our lives when we are one prayer away from a breakthrough. And keep in mind that a breakthrough prayer does not have to be that elaborate. It could be something as simple as, God, I need you. It could be as simple as, thank you. It could be as simple as, God, you promised. You know, we get so caught up sometimes in elaborate prayers that go on and on and on. And don't get me wrong, I could do that every now and then myself. But sometimes less is more. As long as the prayer comes from your heart, comes from your very soul, God hears you and he will answer and he will come through for you. I love you. Be blessed. Share something with you. When I'm in a sure enough dogfight, I mean a dogfight with the enemy, I like to remind him of my defeats. That's right. Not my victories, not making six figures, not being a top salesperson, not playing football at a high level, not being a national best-selling writer. No, I like to remind him of my defeats. I remind him that I was divorced and homeless. I remind him of how I was shot. I remind him of how I was poisoned. I remind him of my friends who walked away. I remind him of family members who left me. I remind him of my defeats. I remind him that if the enemy didn't take me out then, he won't take me out now. Why? Because if God did it before, he'll do it again. Same God right now with the same God back then. Resist the enemy and he will flee. Friends, as I was working out, I was listening to a video of an interview with DMX. Yes, I'm a Christian who loves hip hop. And in this video, he says, whenever I was going through something, it brought me closer to God. And I was always in something, which means I was always closer to God. But being closer to God, it means the attacks were stronger and they last much longer. But that's how it's always been. The sun with the pain, the dark with the light, the joy and the pain. But in every situation, there's something to gain. You take the good with the bad and understand that in it, God will bring you through. Beloved, I know he's not a person that many of you will look to for spiritual advice. But if God can speak through a donkey, surely he can speak through him. My friends, do you realize that for most of us, the impulse to dream has been beaten out of us? We become more realistic. We become a person who accepts the status quo. And when you diffuse the impulse to dream, you kill the motivation to imagine. And if you stop imagining, you diffuse the engine of your faith. Never stop dreaming, because your dreams can push your imagination of having a better life, of having greater finances, of having the man or woman of your dream, of having the body you've always dreamed of. Never stop dreaming, imagining, and never ever lose faith. I love you. Bye-bye. I gotta go back to work. Beloved, when a person is in pain, one of the most difficult things to make them understand is the fact that sometimes there are no answers. We look for easy answers. We look for reasons why this, that, or the other has happened. But sometimes there really are no answers. In fact, to try to get God to explain it to you is to get God to come down to your level intellectually. And sometimes he's not interested in doing that. Sometimes he's just interested in being God all by himself. His ways are not our ways. His understanding is not our understanding. So when you don't understand why, understand that you have a God that loves you and will see you through. Be blessed. I love you. Can I give you a different definition of greatness? Greatness can be defined as doing a lot of small things well. Do you realize that 75% of the money invested in a space shuttle is spent just in getting that space shuttle off the ground? Because once it clears the gravitational pull of the earth, it's smooth sailing. If you count greatness as just what happens when you make the headlines, greatness is just what happens when people are asking for your autograph, then you've missed the point. Greatness is 75% of the things you do in the darkness. And when you do that, the world will see you shine. Be blessed. I love you. Beloved, have you ever gotten to a disagreement with somebody and they'll come and say something like, well, I feel? And for me, unfortunately, if I'm talking about something that's from the Bible or a spiritual concept, no two words can frustrate me more, because it's not about what you feel, it's what you know. But consider this for a moment. Sometimes when we're in trouble, we'll say, I feel down, I feel depressed, I feel as though life has dealt me a bad hand. But can I share something with you? Even in those moments, don't focus on what you feel. Focus on what you know. You see, I know my Redeemer liveth. I know God is there for me. I know he will never leave me or forsake me. So when you feel life has let you down, don't focus on what you feel. Focus on what you know. Beloved, can I tell you something that frustrates me? It's when Christians get frustrated with what other people have, or they feel that someone is trying to take something from them. Do you realize that what's yours is only for you? For instance, in the Bible, God prepared a way for the children of Israel whereby they came through the Red Sea and they didn't even get their feet wet. Yet that same path that they took, when Pharaoh's army took it, it gave way and it killed them. Why? Because the path wasn't for them. It was custom made for the children of Israel. God will make a way where there is no way. So don't find yourself getting upset when people try to take something that's yours. Because what God has for you is only for you. Be blessed. I love you. Bye-bye. Have you ever gone through a trial, survived it, only to go through another trial? Sometimes that can be very frustrating. You go, if it's not one thing, it's another. Could it be that the way God rewards you for passing a test is by giving you another test? You took care of the lion. Fantastic. Here comes a bear. You took care of the bear. Guess what? Here comes Goliath. You handle your finances. Guess what? Here comes another bill. You handle that health challenge. Guess what? Here comes another health challenge. So why does God do this? Maybe it's because God's primary concern is not to make you happy, but to make you more holy. Be blessed. Hey, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so we can share with you new content from First Day Christian Center. And if you like what you watch, give us a thumbs up so we can share the word with others. Thank you so very much for watching. Be blessed. I love you. Bye-bye.